What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. I am back, and we are here reviewing the Raw game that has just happened. We have taken a 1-1 draw away from home against Wellington Phoenix, which I think if someone told me you're going to have a 1-1 draw against Wellington Phoenix when you're third and they're fourth away from home, the fact that Wellington Phoenix has been flying this season and past seasons, not really. Like last season, they were good. Season before that, they weren't the best, but this season, Wellington Phoenix has been really good, and I think that's a really good result for the Roar, and especially when we go into a bit of detail about how the game went exactly. I think for long parts of the game, we weren't the better team. Wellington Phoenix were doing all the little things better. They were holding the ball a lot better, holding well, as we'll see in a little bit as well. They had more possession than us. They created more chances. The chances that they did take, they had more shots on goal in the post. Really pulling off, having Jamie Young pull off a lot of saves that kept us in the game. And I'll mention it now instead of going back on it later on. Jamie Young won us that game, and I know Scott McDonald will get the plaudits for the goal, and Scott McDonald was brilliant. Very, very brilliant player for the Raw. Very technical, very good on the ball. Whether he's offloading the ball to attackers running through, whether he's holding up play for himself and then actually making something for himself, getting a shot on the edge of the box and putting it on the top left-hand corner on his left foot. Absolutely brilliant player, but Jam Young definitely kept us in this game, won us a point there. I think without him, we wouldn't have been in the game to even get a point. I think we played well in parts. I think there's definitely improvements there, but I think that the Brisbane Roar can just show that they can do it. Like these games here, points like this win you championships, and we'll wait and see if we are there finals time to possibly even win a championship. This might be a game that we go back on and say, look, we took it out with a real competitor of the league and we got a point against them. And I think if this was a final situation where it was between us and Wellington Phoenix, I wouldn't be surprised if we took it all the way to penalties. And it's currently 9:47 on the Wednesday night, so hopefully you guys are seeing this on the Thursday, if not Friday. But I just chatted to the boys at Brisbane Football Review, James, Adam, and Scott, so thank you for having me on. But we all had a similar thought that it's definitely a good result for the Raw, but it was Adam that mentioned that if it was a finals match at the moment, which possibly could see us two versus each other in a finals match, I think we him and I anyway agreed that it would probably go to 120 minutes and go all the way to penalties. So I think it's a good sign for the Raw to be able to show that they can stick to teams like this. Even though we didn't dominate the game, we got a result in the end. In some ways or another, it's definitely positives for both teams will take from it. I think Brisbane will take a lot more positives than Wellington will. I think that Wellington had probably the better of the chances, will probably kick himself for not actually going on after scoring that goal and winning the game. But in saying that, Brisbane Roar, I think, are lucky to get away with the point there and definitely hopefully hold them in a spot for finals. Because, as I said last video, we've made finals, or so I thought. We aren't there yet. Like, the news went out and reported saying Brisbane Roar made a spot in the finals, which everyone was so happy about. But technically, it's not there. It's probably hard for us to lose, but there have been a lot of teams winning below us against teams that are above us, that are making it a little bit harder. I think if we do drop out of the finals now, it probably will be quite difficult. And if we don't make finals, I think it is sort of a failed season. The fact that I think a pass mark for us would be top 6. And I think everyone in the Raw squad, Sazi, Tommy Aldred, Robbie Fowler, they all sort of said that they promised us that we'd make finals. And obviously, they thought that we can do it. We're in a good position to do it now. But there are a lot of teams since the restart, that are quite competitive, and I think the league's got a lot more competitive, a lot more even in regards to a lot more competition around the league. A lot of teams are pushing for that for those top 6 spots, because obviously top 6 make finals. There is still a chance for, I think, from 9th. So the Brisbane Roar, I think, can finish as almost as low as 9th, so which is pretty crazy, seeing that they were 4th at the start of this game. So it's quite tight there. I think Brisbane Roar can't finish second anymore. The fact that they did draw the game and didn't win the game, there was a chance that they possibly could, but it was still unlikely, with City actually beating Sydney, which we'll chat about a little bit in a second. That almost was not going to happen. But if the Brisbane Roar won this game against Wellington, which at the 61st minute we had half an hour where if we held on, we would have been sitting in 3rd spot. So we'll go through a bit of the stats now on it. So Wellington Phoenix dominated the possession, 57% of the ball they had compared to the Brisbane Roar's 42%. We have a look. It was corners galore in the first half. There was like 8 corners in the space of like 40 minutes. They ended up finishing 8 corners to the Brisbane Roar's 5. So Obviously, as I'm speaking like this, as you've seen in videos in the past, I'm popping it up here just because, I didn't say it, but it should hopefully be up here, and if it's not, that's my fault. But we'll go on to the other stats now. So some of them is obviously the 1-1 draw. We've got a point out of that game, which is great. We had actually 20 shots compared to Wellington Phoenix's 21 shots. So it was definitely a game for the keepers, but definitely a game more for Wyong, because seeing that Wellington Phoenix got 9 of their shots on target, only one of them went in the end, and Brisbane Roar had 5 shots on target. So I think they're having a lot of shots. They're creating a lot of chances. Whether or not the finishing needs to be worked on a little bit better, with some of the balls hopefully ending up in the back of the net. But the fact that they're grinding out results like this, getting a 1-1 draw away from home, like I say away from home because it's not in Brisbane, any game's really away from home now. But it was actually moved, interestingly enough, from Bankwest to McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle, which is interesting. But we go on to the team lineups now. So it was the same team lineup for the Brisbane Roar as it was for last week. So Danny Kim held his spot in the team. Brad Inman, who also has been a little bit underperforming, he was in and out of the game. I think a bit like what he has been recently. I mentioned to my mate Josh Bratt. It would be interesting to see Danny Kim's on form. Matthew Redden's on form. I wonder if it's a big thing for Brad Inman if he was to get dropped this game, if it brings that fire in his belly saying, I'm a big player at this club. I just got dropped because I'm not really performing to the standard that I should be, and I just got dropped against a team, like a team in Wellington Phoenix that I need to be showing what I can do against because it's a finals team, and I was dropped against them. What am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to step my game up, and that's just only going to make him better. But we didn't see that happen. Matthew Redden's come off the bench, and Marty Holloway come off the bench. No other substitution came on. Interestingly enough, Mertens isn't in the squad at all for last week and this week. I think that's the fact that I don't think there's an injury there either. And, technically, I actually know there's not an injury there. And a little plug to Brisbane Football Review. We actually chatted about it there. They had a bit of a question from Warren Moon, and apparently he just needs players to be performing on and off the ball. And he didn't say it, but I think he sort of lent that Mertens isn't doing a lot of stuff off the ball, and that's why he didn't find himself in the squad. He's fit and he's ready. I also mentioned on the podcast that he's a bit too similar to Scott McDonald in the fact that he likes to hold up the ball. He likes to bring others involved in the game, and I think that the way that we're playing, we're going to have Scott McDonald holding the ball up into a player like Dylan Wenzel-Hawes who can run on into the ball and get in behind. So whether or not Mertens has to change the way he plays, maybe become more of a complete attacker, and change the way he plays, where he's quick and stuff, but he's actually just he's more of a false 9 compared to a number 9. So maybe we'll see him in a few weeks' time. I think there's 7 spots on the bench, and the fact that we've got which would be 3 defenders on the bench, 1 midfielder, and 2 forwards. You think there'd be a spot for Mercer, but in saying that, it's not this week. But one player that I was very impressed with, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, Tiatowai Hudson Wyongi, something close to that anyway. He was very good for them. Blocked one of the shots that was from Scott McDonald earlier on in the first half that he said at the end of the game, what did you think about getting that shot? He said, I just had a sprint and hope I got there, which he did in the end. So congratulations to him. He had a really good game stepping in for Luke De Vere. I think it was his 10th A-League game, so he did really well there. I think Gary Hooper was the guy that got their goal. Libby Kakache headed the ball and it hit the post, and I was hoping that it was going to not fall to any of their players, but the fact that it went in the back of the net sort of felt like the goal was coming, and it sort of felt like it was going to only a matter of time before they were going to score. So a good performance from the Brisbane Roar, but in saying that, definitely a 0.1 from Jamie Young, and definitely not 2 points drop, because I don't think we deserved to win that game, but good result for us. So we have a look at the ladder right now. So where that puts us on the ladder, it puts us in 4th position. So basically, in regards to the final series, we are currently sitting on 39 points with 25 games played. So if you have a look at that, Adelaide United still have to play 3 games, so they possibly can get up to, 37, 40, 43. So we technically aren't safe yet, and we aren't even safe, like I said before, with Western Sydney Wanderers. So Western Sydney Wanderers are currently sitting on 24 games played, which is 1 less than the Raw. So they can possibly pick up, they've got 2 games left. What do they have? So that's 35, 36. So one, actually, no, so I was wrong. So Raw can't finish 9th. They can possibly finish 8th with Western United. The Western United have 4 games left, so they can go to 42. Newcastle Jets actually have, what is that? So they've got 1 game left, so they can go to 34. Actually, so no, we can't drop any lower than 7th. So I think if we finish 7th, it'd be a bit of a failure, and I don't think we will finish any lower than that. I think that the top 6 now will be the top 6. I think it'll be rough for Adelaide, Perth, Brisbane, Wellington not to make it. I think Wellington's almost guaranteed to make it, but I think the fact that if the Roar don't make it from here, I think it's going to be pretty hard not to make it. So if they're not going to make the finals, they've got 1 game left. They're playing Sydney FC. I'm tipping probably a draw in that game. I think Sydney may rest a few of their players coming into the finals. They might try to bring a bit of youth, and I think that we want to make sure we guarantee finals, because by the time that game will come out, I don't think we would have guaranteed finals. Well, we possibly may have, but we want to make a statement in the finals. We want to show that we can do it against the big teams like Sydney FC. We did it against a team like Wellington Phoenix tonight, where we got a draw. Possibly could have won it on another day. Possibly could have lost it. So a point, I think, was a good result for us. We'll have a quickly look. I'm going to post this up, and I hope that Josh doesn't mind me posting this here. So the Roar Supporter Federation, this is just a post, a screenshot of basically what they put out. As you see this, it's before the Roar game was played, so obviously it still says the Roar have got Phoenix to play, and the Phoenix still says it's got the Roar to play. But you can basically see for yourself the last, or it says 13 games there, probably the last 12 games that you'll see for the A-League season, to see how the finals will be set up. Like I said, there's still from 1st to 9th, I think there's only maybe 2 teams that are guaranteed at the moment, possibly 3. So Western Sydney Wanderers, who are currently sitting in 9th, possibly still could make finals as well. So it's very interesting with some teams with 4 games to play, some teams with 1 game to play. It will be interesting to see how it ends up wrapping up. There is also the talk of possibly having Champions League, with the fact that Wellington Phoenix are currently classed as the Oceania. They're not actually in that Asian Federation, so we quite possibly could make an Asian spot if we do finish 3rd, because that spot, if we finish 3rd, which is probably unlikely now, even if we finish 4th, possibly, because Wellington Phoenix won't be there, they're not counted in Asian Champions League. We quite possibly may make the what am I trying to say? The Asian Champions League spot. But yeah, it's unlikely. But you never know. We won't talk about last time we were in the Asian Champions League, because we all know that was pretty embarrassing. Hashtag number 77, Eric Bosiak. If you get that joke, you're a real OG fan there. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope we do get a good result. Thank you for all the comments and positive feedback over the last few videos. I'm enjoying making a lot more videos for you guys, putting a bit more production value into it with a ring light and a microphone. So thank you for enjoying my videos. I was just going to mention to you as well, if there's any businesses out there that are looking at getting websites started up, or making their websites a little bit more professional with SEO, or possibly looking for some advertising like business cards, car signage, any marketing, hit up 4 Business Group. We'll be able to help you out there. The number is 1300 404 777, and we can help you out there with any business, what cards, websites, advertising that you want to help promote your business, or maybe get your websites off the ground and beat your competitors. But it's been Mr. 78. I hope you like this video. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.